Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a talk about a certain famous person who is a genius, a brilliant writer and a flamboyant artist. And before I start, I will introduce you to the man I'm on about. Now, as you can see, this is Freddie Mercury. And it's all about Freddie Mercury. And these are some of his songs, CDs he's done through the and his solo stuff. This came out after he passed away, because you've got the Mr. Badman. I think that was his first solo album. Then he did Barcelona with this opera singer. The next was The Great Pretender. And then he's got singles from 73 to 85. And then from 86 to 93. And then it's got Freddie's instrumentals and that. Now, as I go through this folder, if I can hold this up, there's the great, oh, sorry for that, that's the great man itself, the statue of Freddie Mercury. In all his aura. So, this has got 10 CDs and 2 DVDs, all to do with Freddie Mercury and his history. Known for his flamboyant frontman of the rock group Queen, along with Roger, John and himself and Brian. This is all to do with Freddie, but later on I will do one about Queen. And this is photos from when he did the album with the opera singer and the songs and that, and Barcelona, what was used for the I think it was for one of the Barcelona games. And his solo songs I can hear as music. That was in 1973. Then he did Go Back, 73 as well. Love Kills. And then the original, and then there's another extended version of Love Kills. I Was Born to Love. Stop All Those Fighters. Stop. And then SROP. Slop All the Fighters. Made in Heaven. Now, Made in Heaven was the last song. Well, he did, before he died, he wrote a lot of lyrics and that, and he said to the rest of the band, continue to, I'll write as much as I can, try and put recordings out as much as I can do, and if I go, I want you all to finish it. Then another song is She Blows Hot and Cold, and then there's the extended version of it, Living on My Own, and then My Dream is Dangerous, Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow, Let's Turn It On. And so during the summer of 72, Queen, more often than not, were to be found around working on stuff and that. And there's like the singles of them, of when they was released and that. And then you've got Freddie's singles from 80 or 80. That was Freddie's singles from 73 to 85, and then we have singles from 86 to 93, because he did the track for the opera Time. In My Defence, Great Pretender, Barcelona, How Can I Go On, Living on My Own. There's 3 versions of that. No, there's 4 on that. And some pictures of Freddie, if you can see them. I can't. Over here, with his friends and that. And up there is, if you can see, some of the singles and that. This is great big fold, so I'm trying to hold everything, hold it up and show the camera. And there's even one where it's like sessions of stuff what he did, and it's all about his songs and how he wrote them and the recording sessions, the history of every song and that. And there's photos, more photos of Freddie and his friends. This is really heavy book, but it's so interesting. And there's one with interviews, 79, with his interviews, when he did interviews, because he didn't do very many interviews. Freddie didn't. He was sort of a recluse. On stage, he was flamboyant, but off stage, he was like, he kept himself to himself. And here we got more, if you can see them, photos from the albums. So if it's trying to hold it up to the camera and show that the songs, the DVD collection he's done. This is all dedicated to Freddie. There's the Untold Story. What is a DVD? If you can see, that's the Untold Story. And that one is a little picture of Freddie Mercury when he was born. Handsome man. Yes, and there's the man dressed up in all his flamboyant and that. All the stories about the songs and how they got wrote and how they got put together. Because with when he did Bohemian Rhapsody, he'd done it in so many different parts that they had to. I think he did it on a 32-track player, because he did it like an opera. And I think he got some of his ideas from probably the Beach Boys, because Brian Wilson, the way he did his music, I can't, swear on that, but it seems like he had some of the ideas from that, because it's sort of done in that way. He's layered it down. And this next photo is the girl he was engaged to at the time, but they broke it up. And as you can see, he's with the opera singer who he did the album with. Yes. And for our next photo, the flamboyant, if you can see him, in all his glory, dressed up for the stage and that. Because when they did Hot Space, at the end of that one, they sort of all went off on their own and did their own stuff. And here, if I can show you, another photo of Freddie Mercury when he was young. This is like a Bible of him. Now more photos, if you can see them, of Freddie when he was young and that, in his native country, and his mother. And if you can see his sister, and Freddie won the cup I think there was Freddie was 8 and his sister was 9. Zanzibar, that's where they came from. Where Freddie, and there's a young Freddie Mercury. If I can show you in the middle of the stand and that, come second. More pictures of Freddie, and he's singing, I think. And this is when he was doing opera, like a quartet with friends and that. All these amazing pictures of the man. There's some more photos, and you can see in the one where he's playing the guitar, behind him there's a picture of George Harrison, the late great George Harrison. More pictures of the great man. I hope you're getting these pictures. They're all archived pictures and that. And there's one with him on stage of the great man. It was a great loss to the music industry because he was so brilliant of singing. I actually got to see him with Queen and he was amazing. I saw him when they did the Works tour, and here we got more photos, if I can show you, of the great man. The camera can pick them up. I'm trying to show you these and as I'm going through, and that bottom one looks like he's working out how the song's going together. These are more photos of him on stage. And we got some photos of him with his other members of Queen. Sorry if it's all going tits up and that. Just try and hold it up for the camera and showing you. These are like from the we own the US for the couple of years. Brian records in 77 saw 2 major. So this was when they're doing their Works tour. And as you can see, Freddie taking photos. I think he liked to take photos and that. He was a real collector of art. And there we got Flash and that, and Superman. And they had quite a few hits, a big hit in Argentina. And there's the 4 of them at their concert, ready to go for concerts and that. When they were backstage. I hope you're getting these photos and that. I can't see with me holding up and that. That one with Roger and Freddie in their hats. And this is a good one, showing all the photos of him. And there's Brian May, Roger and John on stage, and that one's his parents, if you can see. He was a bit of a recluse, old Freddie. When he went on stage, he came out of his shell, but when he was off stage, he was sort of kept himself to himself, but he loved to party. He loved partying, but there is times when he loved to be on his own, and that's more photos. Not sure who that lady is. I don't know who she is, the lady in that photo. Some more photos of Freddie in his he loved to dress up in costumes, as you can see in these photos. Oh. Now, this one from I Want to Break Free, they are taking a mickey out of a British soap called Coronation Street, but the video didn't go down very well in America, so it got banned. But all it was is like a take-off of Coronation Street, because it had like all the pictures of them. More photos of Freddie and he's on stage. The man was amazing, you know. And here he is with Roger discussing how they're going to do is like record a song. And here's him with his flamboyant stage act, doing his songs, because when he sang his vocals, no one has ever matched him. These are from, I presume they are from the Live Aid photos, because at Live Aid, Queen stole the show, because at the time they was all going their own way, and I can't think of his name from Boomtown Rats, Bob Geldof. He wanted Queen to do a set for Live Aid, so he got them all back together, and that's what got them back together and start working on as their group, you know, back as Queen. More photos with him dressed up, and because they did the soundtrack for Highlander, because as you can see, Conor McLeod pretending to have a sword fight with Freddie, all to do with the film Highlander, because Queen did a lot of the music for that film. And there you see the man on stage. And Freddie with his crown. Oh. The guy was amazing, as you can see from the photos. He was so outrageous when he had his parties. I like that. I'm stopping sex and have it showing you grow tulips. And there he is in his gown as a king, King Freddie Mercury. And this is part of his, when he was doing his solo stuff, The Great Pretender. more photos of him dressed up as for his other songs. Sorry if I'm not saying a lot about them, but it's just these photos are so amazing, and they captured how he looked, how the man looked, so great. Showing you all the different photos, because this is like CDs in it and photos and that. And this one is when he was doing the song Slightly Mad, and this is the very last, well, like the last video when he did These Are the Time in Our Lives, with his shirt where he all his cats, because he was a real cat lover. He loved his cats. And I presume these are paintings, portraits that he's done, and writing, scribbles that he's, I presume they're like the ideas and that. And here we have, if I can show you the lyrics for all these songs. These are just all for his songs and that, and the lyrics and that. And these are the final ones of the DVDs and that. And that is my big folder of Freddie. And here we got, I kept this because it was like the tribute to Freddie when he died November the 25th, 1991. And this was like a tribute to him, the love of his, if I can hold this, it's all falling down. Showing photos of him and that. I won't show you all of it because I'm struggling in a bit. And this is like a dedication to the man. And I hope you liked my little trip, showing you the photos of Freddie Mercury, how he was a flamboyant singer, and his solo work and his work with Queen. But that's another story. So I hope you enjoy this little trip and looking at the great legend Freddie Mercury. And I think if he would have been still here today, he'd be still on top of his game, bit older, more wiser, but still knocking them songs out. So if you enjoy this little trip down memory lane to do with the great Freddie Mercury, and you want to watch more or follow the channel, you're more than welcome. It's up to you. It's your choice. So if you like it, you can put a thumbs up, and if you want to put a comment, please, you are more than welcome to put in comments and tell me if you've seen the guy. And I will do one about Queen later, and I'll bid you farewell and be safe. For now, goodbye.